Yo, son, what kind of statement that? Oh, you mean the devil nearly turned you in a sprat? Turned Jazil back to woman way instead of go on the man them route. It's like say, him will spoil up him father legacy and him.
Jamaica is a pussy country. Remember that blood.
Welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Listen, Jahziel, Buju Banton's son. Jazil did an interview recently where Jazil made a statement where he said that him almost turned fish, which means, for those of you who are not up to par with the lingo, are not in the patois too much, it means that he almost went the other way. He almost became gay. He said there was a point where feelings for women were non-existent and it did lock off. And the interviewer asked him about if he was fantasizing about men, and he said, I wouldn't say fantasize, but the idea of. If I am having ideas of some pom pom and a big fat body pan a nice sexy woman, that's me fantasizing. But it's like Jazil never really understood. Now, Jazil has been trending all week. After Jazil's interview, Buju Banton did a video. I don't know if the video was in direct response to what Jazil said in his interview, but I think it is, based on what was said in it. You understand? And we're going to play that clip in a minute. But
Jamaica is a pussy country. Remember that blood.
Major Hype, you know, Major Hype, big comedian Major Hype. Major Hype actually did a skit song in the studio. Yo, son, what kind of statement that? Oh, you mean the devil nearly turned you in a sprat? You know, see how the woman them sexy and fat, and you know, it was funny as hell. Go check out Major Hype on Instagram for his latest version, rendition, that song of a Buju Banton in a studio, building a new song in response to Jazil's interview. I thought that was brilliant. Many other people with podcasts and platforms have commented on this. I saw Tulax, him did his own video which I saw today a piece of as I was driving, where Tulax said along the lines of that Jazil is autistic and that Jazil head not 200 and that, you know, him not really there presently. Tulax make me laugh when him say, Jazil probably not even know say him did not do that interview there, or him did say something like that in the interview. Along those lines, right? Okay, what I want to talk about in this video really and truly is this. What Jazil said in the interview, we already talked about it extensively on our Morning Thoughts show. I more want to talk about the response from his dad. His father is the great Buju Banton. For you to be in this world, there's pressure already. And then to be in the bloodline of, everybody knows you as a Bob Marley son, a Buju Banton son. You know what I'm saying? Those names are heavy. Those names carry weight. Sizzla Kalonji's son can't come out here come make no Sizzla Kalonji's son can't come out here come make no video come talk about, well, you know, say almost turned gay, you know. What? Madness, right? Rasta man don't apologize to nobody, boy. That is your dad, Sizzla, right? Jazil said it was boom bye bye from his father that saved him, that reminded him to go back the next way. Don't go the way there, because the way there is the wrong way. Oh my God. We laugh about it, but that's Jazil's reality. A theme life that, you know. And honestly speaking, a lot of people out here, them, if they should share honestly their life with you, wholehearted and honestly, and ask for no judgment, you would be super surprised. You know what I'm saying? You would be super surprised at the things that go on in a people's life where them don't even share with you. Jazil stepped out on the world stage and shared his inner thoughts. You know, sometimes we think some things where we just have to just burn it out with meditation. Me not say me think them things there, you know. I'm just saying along the lines of how humans think, right? As far as his father's response go now, let me go into a joke before I even go any further. I'm scrolling through Instagram the other day because I do that quite often. Let me see what's trending so we can get over here and have commentary, talk, conversations about what's trending. And I saw a video pop up of a woman who has a child who looks like she's about 12, 13 years old, her child. And the woman is with a woman. And the woman is using a video camera going through the house and telling social media, look at how she mashed up the house. She mashed up my whole house, yo. She broke everything in here. So I left a comment and I said, you are the problem. I think you are the problem because I went deep into her psyche just off of that piece of video. Now, I'm not homophobic. I'm not against what people want to do with themselves. But seeing a woman give a child a woman as a father when that child is used to having mother and father in the same house. Do you understand how traumatizing that might be for your child to be growing up thinking this is normal, this is regular, I see my mom and my dad. When I go home from school, my mom's there, my daddy is there, my dad is at work, or my dad come pick me up or whatever. And then boom, all of a sudden, mommy and daddy starts fighting, then they get divorced, and now mommy has another woman in her bedroom, a woman that acts like she's a man, and mommy is telling me that this is my stepdad. How am I calling a woman a stepdad? You understand? So I told her, I said, you the problem, because you really gave your daughter a woman for a stepdad. And nobody else. One Jamaican person find me on this American person's post to say, come on, SouFLo, you're being too judgmental. How do you know that the man, the child's father, her husband, did not hurt her? And I had to think of the logic behind why this Jamaican would have said this to me. I said, bro, if a woman hurt you, do you go to a man or you go find another woman? Because that's what you're saying in that one statement. I'm being too judgmental because how I know that the man didn't hurt her. Are you justifying saying that if a man hurts a woman, she must just go find a woman? So are you saying that if a woman hurt you as a man, you just like go find one man? You're not about one woman no more? That never make no sense to me, right? So along those lines, next day, I saw Jazil's interview. And now, looking at Buju Banton's reply, well, Buju Banton's video, because Buju never said in the video that it was a reply to what his son said. I'm just going off the timing of Buju's video. I would call it a reply, where Buju said, Jamaica is a pussy country. And you must remember that. You know, let's be honest. The woman them in Jamaica could say, Jamaica is a body country. And remember that. Any heterosexual straight woman strictly dickly can say, Jamaica is a body country. And you must remember that. As a man, Buju is saying Jamaica is a pussy country. And you must remember that. Right? I think it's because a lot of people brought his name up in it. Because Jazil honestly is not big enough as a star to stand on his own, where we say Jazil and everybody say, who? Yeah, that's a big artist. He's not. If you have to say Buju Banton's son for people to go, oh, Jazil, Buju's son. Right, so Buju's name gets entangled in this all along. Plus the mention of his boom bye bye that drove Jazil back to his senses, according to him, right? Now, I see people over there leaving comments for Buju like, I don't care how good the music is and who the person is, I will never co-sign or like anybody who's homophobic. And I have to think like, damn, homophobic, the word, is now interwoven into Jamaican culture when it wasn't there before. You know what I'm saying? Now, is it not okay for a person to like what they like or don't like what they don't like? Is it mandatory now that everybody must like if somebody is a homosexual? And if you don't, then something is wrong with you because you don't like it? I don't know. In my world, I think people should be allowed to have their choices. If I'm going to have to agree that that's your life and you choose to live it the way you choose to live it, no judgment from me, I'm turning this way because we're not on the same page where that's concerned, then you have to give the same respect back across the table as in, yo, he's not into this type of stuff right here. You know what I'm saying? And keep it mutually respectful. I don't understand the disrespect. And what I wanted to point out is this. Nobody will send you up under your mother faster than these new age Jamaicans. These new age Jamaicans defend homosexuality to the fullest. Leave the man alone, make him live his life. F off and go talk your mother, this, that, and the other. If you ever say anything about anybody who is flamboyantly or overly homo and showing it, right? So you're not allowed to even say that again. They have a big support system in Jamaican culture now. So it's hard for Buju to put out, well, it's not hard for Buju because Buju put it out and don't care about it. But it's hard now to actually say outright, I'm not into that. I would never like that for one of my sons. I have sons and I wouldn't want or wish for any of my sons to be homosexual. If you cannot say, I wish this for my son or I wish this for my daughter, it's not a good thing. And I'm talking about in your mind. I'm not talking about for society. Leave society alone. Get into your own mind and think to yourself. The only things parents ever wish for their children is something that parent think is really good. I wish my sons earn scholarships and go off to universities. I wish my sons become successful in whatever profession, whatever fields they choose to venture off into. I wish my sons become grown men and one day give me grandchildren and they marry a beautiful woman who loves them and reciprocates and shows love to them, and she is a nurturer and a supporter, and my grandchildren are raised not only by my sons and what I have instilled in them and pass on my traditions, but also by this beautiful woman who will be in my son's life. These are the things I wish for my sons. There's no part in me that will say, I wish my sons are gay. I wish to have a homosexual son. No part. And that's just being honest, and that's a personal opinion. Now somebody else might jump on this video and say, I would wish that for my son. Well, that's you. There are people who wouldn't. Now let's speak to the angle of this, right? Jamaica calls itself a Christian country. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, Jamaica has the most churches per square mile of any country on the face of the earth. Church, that's a church, that's a church, that's a church, that's a churchical Christian country Jamaica is. Of course, we have other people there. We have Jewish, Muslims, etc. But predominantly Christian. Now, if we're predominantly Christian, then we all must agree that Jesus is Lord and the book of the Bible is the guidance book that we go by. Now, everybody I notice who calls themselves Christians, majority of them, not everybody, especially the new age people that I'm talking about, they are the kind of people who they are all for the Bible until it hits a verse that says something against how they're supposed to be living. Like, for instance, if you expect somebody to be Christian, Christ-like, walking in the light, you cannot at the same time expect them to go against the teachings of that Bible. So, I've always said over the years, right, that Jamaicans were tricked because them get the Bible and people tell them to live by the Bible, and then when them start live by the Bible, people call them homophobic. You see what I'm saying? You on earth are going to prosecute or persecute a Christian for following the teachings of the Bible. But you yourself call yourself a Christian while persecuting another person for following the teachings of the same book that governs the same religion that you share with that person who you're persecuting. Run that back again and make it make sense to you. So, Buju Banton said what he said, and there are people out here who are taking offense. Oh my God, that's your son. You need to go give him a hug. Maybe you need to sit down and talk to him. Maybe that's the reason why he felt like he needed to be gay, because you abandoned him. All this other stuff. All because the man said Jamaica is a pussy country. He said no joke in him thing. He said Jamaica is a pussy country. So it's wrong now for a man to show affection for a woman and her something where she carry. And it's accepted widely and okayed by a lot of people for you to say you're into the same people sex as yourself is. We've come to a crossroads. We've come to a time in life where it looks weird out here. Yeah, it looks weird out here. Now, again, understand this. Me, personally, on this platform, I've gotten a lot of hateful things said about me over the years for the simple fact that I've always stood my ground on this. I do not have anything to say about a person's choice of their sexuality. It's never a topic of conversation when I'm speaking about an individual. The reason being is this. I'm not God. I didn't create any of this. And I came here like one grain of sand on the beach. You ever go to the beach yet? You ever see how much sand upon one beach? Now think of the whole world beaches combined. And you are one grain of sand upon that. That's me. So there's no way that I can come out here, come change any and all of this. I must find a way to exist here, to make it joyful here for me and mine's. And then when the tides come in and take me away, my time come, I'll be gone too. In the meantime, I'm not here to fight about. I don't find it that pressing and that important what somebody choose to be or want to be. That's just my personal opinion. But, however, I do have a platform where I share commentary. Commentary means I speak about things that are trending and happening, right? And I've been doing this for a number of years. So with a person like a Buju Banton, an icon like Buju Banton, and his son being in this conversation right here, I'm compelled to share what my thoughts are on the topic. Other than that, I would have never have nothing else to say about it. You know? Again, how we started out from the beginning, Jazil said what he said. He was sharing his personal thoughts. A lot of people are also saying, boy, even if me did think that, me wouldn't say it out loud. That's exactly what I'm saying to the rest of you out there, is that a lot of people have other kinds of thoughts, but they won't share it with the public, therefore they will not be judged. Jazil chose to share it with the public, and what I want Jazil and others to know is, once you share something with the public, my friend, it's public. That means public, me, and everybody else out here outside of you and your circle now have that to share our opinions back on how we feel about what we just heard you say. So nobody take it to heart, Jazil. Go and walk in your truth and go and do your thing. And as far as Buju goes, I don't know. I would have said reach out to him son. Actually, people are more concerned about Buju in the video. I see people are saying, yep, Buju definitely gets high. He gets high. Like him snort coke or smoke crack or something like that. Buju then they ask for scotch. Remember, you know, on the WYFL rhythm, Anthony B said, remember this girl from Kingston? Yeah. Her roots me drink, me never drink rum. That's what I'm saying. I'm a Rasta man, him drink roots, not rum. Right. So to see Buju asking for scotch. People have this idea that Rastas don't partake in. And again, I have another issue with that. I have an issue with people who are not even Rasta always talking about what Rastas do and don't do. You know, you're no Rasta yourself. You're not of the faith. You never say Holy Emmanuel like King Selassie, Jah Rastafari. You don't see Jah Rastafari as anybody, right? So why do you feel like you get to dictate on social media what Rasta is supposed to do, or a man who identifies as Rasta what he's supposed to consume versus what he's not supposed to consume? And if he doesn't to your liking or your understanding, then he is not Rasta enough and all them something there. Buju say to the person on the plane, give him a scotch, and then he had a glass with what looked like scotch in it, consuming alcohol. If he drinks alcohol, he drinks alcohol. You know? Just like you have Christians out here who call themselves Christian, but on a backslide every single day and go pray at your bedside the same night over and consider yourself saved and renewed again, only to get up and backslide the next day again. Yeah, you call yourself Christians, you still cheat on your spouse, or you still have sex before marriage, or, you know, it's called fornication. Yeah. And you still be doing all the other kind of things. You lust after your brethren's wife, blood clot, her body fatty, dog. You do all of the above, but you still call yourself Christian. So if you see a Rasta drink some alcohol, he's a Rasta that drinks alcohol. That means that him not fully 100 with the Rasta thing, just like you not fully 100 with the Christian thing, but a Rasta theme thing they do. You understand? When you buck your toe, you said, Jesus Christ. When him buck theme toe, him said, Jah, Bumba clot. You see it? Allow people to live them life how them see fit to live them life. That's all I'm saying. And don't don't you might have thought, if I ever had those kind of intrusive thoughts like Jazil said. Jazil never I'm gonna say intrusive thoughts, you know. Jazil actually said about dreams and all these other things. But if I ever had those experiences, most people say I would have keep that to myself. There you have it. He shared it. And now he's being judged. Do you all have a problem with what Buju said? Jamaica is a pussy country. Do you think that was harsh? The way he said it after giving the timing of the interview? Or I think people are expecting Buju to do a video where Buju come out and say, you know, Jazil, I'm a son, you know, and boy, I know to understand the thing where the youth saying at the interview still, you know, but I talk to him in a real life and see what really are going in our meds, you know. You know, what really are take place in our heavens and see how we can facilitate a better chain of thought and them kind of thing. I think that's what people are waiting for Buju Banton to say. If that you wait upon and it's not that you get, you have to go take what you get. The man say, Jamaica is a pussy country. I think just like how Boom Bye Bye turned Jazil back to woman way instead of go on the man them route, is the same way that video right there where Buju said Jamaica is a pussy country and I better remember that. And the same way me think that I gonna help to keep Jazil on a firm and upstanding path. Yeah? We're not gonna talk no more about all of what others are saying out there. You know, I think I'm actually get involved, you know, physically in a them something there, and then I realize him will spoil up him father legacy and him can't do it. Then you have people out there who are saying, and that's why we don't see the youth around Buju again, because Buju run him from around him because them suspects say them think they are going with him XYZ. I don't know any of that, so I can't speak on any of that. I'm gonna left a video here, right here, so which part it there. What I want you to do is leave your comments in the comment section below, and I will catch you tomorrow morning live on SouFLoTV. Today is the 5th of March 2026 that I'm doing this video. Tomorrow, Friday the 6th of March, we go live early in the morning, and we will be live for quite some time, and I'll see you then. I'm out. Peace.